Hello students, welcome to our next maths class. Last class we have learnt about squares and square roots. Square means number to the power 2. So 2 square, that is 2 into 2, 4. But today we will learn about cube and cube roots. So cube is the number to the power 3 and number itself is multiplied 3 times. Then we call it the cube of the given number. Suppose for example, the cube of 2 means 2 to the power 3, that is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 equal to 8. Okay. Next for example, cube of 8, that is 8 to the power 3, that is equal to 8 into 8 into 8, and that is equal to 8 is a 64 and 64 is a 512. So 8 to the power 3, which we actually call 8 cube, and that is equal to 512. So or cube of 20, suppose I have to, so 20 to the power 3, that is what, 20 cube, and that is equal to 20 into 20 into 20, and that is equal to 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, and 3 zeros are there, so I will write 3 times here. So 20 cube of 20 or 20 to the power 3 is equal to 20 into 20 into 20 equal to 8000. Or if any fraction number is there, then it is 5 by 6 whole cube, then that is equal to 5 into 5 into 5, as well as the cube of the denominator, 6 into 6 into 6. Now 5 into 5 into 5 is 5 5 is 25, 5 125, and cube of 6 is 216. Then one more example, suppose it is a mixed fraction, then first I have to convert it into improper form. 5 1 ja 5, 6 7 8, 8 divided by 5 whole cube, then that is equal to 8 into 8 into 8 divided by 5 into 5 into 5, and that is equal to 8 cube. We know that it is 500. 8 cube is 512. So I'll write here 512, and 5 into 5 into 5 is 125. So here what do we observe? We have noticed that cube of a number means what we have to do, we have to multiply the number thrice, and then whatever the value I will get, that will be the cube of that particular number. It means we have to raise the power of the number till 3. So 8 cube is equal to 8 into 8 into 8, that is 512. If 5 by 6 whole cube, then it is equal to 5 into 5 into 5, that is 125 numerator 1, and denominator also I have to multiply 3 times. So 6 into 6 into 6, that is 216. Okay, if it is a decimal number, then what we have to do, 0.3 whole cube, and that is equal to 0.3 into 0.3 into 0.3. Now 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. But what happens here, the decimals will be 1, 2 and 3. So after the 3 digits, so it will be here 0 and then 0. Next is 1.2, whole cube of 1.2. So what I will do, 1.2 whole cube means raised to the power 3, then that is equal to, I will multiply the given number 3 times. So I'll write it 3 times 1.2 into 1.2 into 1.2. And when you will multiply 12 into 12, it is 144, and then 144 multiplied by 12, it will be 1728. 1728, and the decimal will be 1 2 3. So after the 3 digits, 1 2 3, so here it will be. Okay, Next, this is a negative number and I have to find out the cube of a negative number. So what it will be here, minus 3 raised to the power 3 is equal to minus 3 into minus 3 into minus 3. Okay, we know that minus into minus is plus. Again plus into minus will be minus. So here it will be minus. And then number 3 into 3, 9. 9 3s are 27. So how we will know whether it will be negative or positive? Actually, we are multiplying minus minus 3 times. So minus into minus will be plus. Again plus into minus will be minus. Next is that minus 7 divided by 9. That is equal to minus 7 divided by 9 whole cube, equal to what it will be, minus 7 into minus 7 into minus 7. Since two signs are nearby, so I will write it in the bracket. And then in the denominator it is 9 into 9 into 9. Okay, so it is 7 into 7 is 49 and 49, that is 343. And 9 1 ja 9, 8 ja 72. And this is minus sign. 7, what I have done? 7 into 7 into 7, that is 343. Okay, 9 into 9 into 9, that is 729. But think about the sign, minus into minus plus, again plus into minus is minus. So this is how to find out what is the cube of a number. Cube of a number is nothing, just what you have to do, multiply the given number 3 times, whatever you will get, that will be the cube of that given number. Again, if it is a negative sign, what do you observe? Cube of a negative number, you are getting here negative. Here also you are getting negative. Why? Because I have to multiply negative sign 3 times. And we know that minus minus, that is the plus. Again plus into minus is minus. Next one is, so from here what do you observe, that if it is a even number like 8, 20 or like 6, when even number, then what will happen? These are the properties of the cubes. If it is an even number, then what will happen? The cube of an even number will always be even. You see, check it, 2 to the power 3. Then it will be 8. 2 into 2 into 2, 8. 4 to the power 3. 4 4 just 16, 16, 64. And then next one is the 6 cube, and that is equal to 216. So what we observe here, that the cube of any even number is even. But if a cube of odd number, then what will happen? You will observe that the cube of odd number is always odd. So that is equal to 3 cube. 3 cube is 3 into 3 into 3. That is equal to 3 3 is a 9, 9 3 is a 27. Okay. 5 cube means 5 into 5 into 5. That is equal to 125. That is 13 into 13 into 13. 13 into 13 is 169, and that multiplied by 13 is, if you will calculate, it will be 2197, I think. 2197. So cubes, what we have observed, that the cube of any odd number is always odd, but the cube of even number is always even. Now next is that the cube of a negative integer always negative. So this minus 1 whole cube, that is equal to what? Minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1, and that is equal to minus 1. Why? Because minus minus plus, again plus minus minus. Next, one more negative number, minus 3 into minus 3 into minus 3, that is minus 27. minus minus plus, plus minus minus. Then 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. In the same way, minus 6 into minus 6 into minus 6. And here again minus minus plus, into minus will be minus, plus minus will be minus. Answer will be here your 216. So what do you observe here? When it was positive, the 6 cube, positive, answer is 216, but with the positive here. But here minus 6, when we have to find out the cube of that, a negative integer, then your answer will be minus 216. So here we observe that the cube of any negative integer is always negative. Next one, how to find out the cube of a rational number. Okay, cube of a rational number means a by b. You have to find out the cube of a by b. What is a rational number? Suppose I write 2 by 3, 4 by 5, a fractional number, but the denominator will never be 0. Then what will happen? It is known as a rational number. Even 2, 3, they are also rational number. Why? Because 2 means that is 2 by 1 and 3 is 3 by 1. So denominator is not 0 here, it is 1. So this is also a rational number. So rational number means any number in the form a by b where b is not equal to 0. So whether it is 2 or 3 or 5 by 4, 6 by 7, all are rational numbers. So a by b cube is there, means the cube of any rational number, that is equal to a cube divided by b cube. Means numerator will be raised to the power 3 as well as denominator also raised to the power 3. For example, cube of 5 by 6, then it is equal to 5 cube divided by 6 cube. That is equal to 5 into 5 into 5 divided by 6 into 6 into 6 equal to 125 divided by 216. So this is how to find out the cube of a rational number. To find out the cube of a rational number, we have to find out the cube of the numerator as well as cube of the denominator. The next, I am giving you another example, but with minus sign. So here what happens, this is the minus sign here, this minus sign is here, or this is same as if I write here minus 7 divided by 9 whole cube. Okay, so this we can solve it. You can think about in this way, that minus 7 by 9 whole cube, so it is minus 7 into minus 7 into minus 7 divided by 9 into 9 into 9. So minus 7 into minus 7 into minus 7 is, the value is 343, and 9 whole cube is this one. But since this minus, minus and minus is there, negative number is there, this I know it will be negative. Okay. Or this you can do minus answer, because I know that the cube of a negative number is always negative, so I can write here negative, and then I can write 7 by 9 whole cube. So that is equal to minus 7 divided by 9 into 7 into 7 divided by 9 into 9 into 9, and equal to minus 343 divided by 729. One more thing I want to tell you, that suppose if the cube you have to find out like this, a number 5 cube into 2 to the power 3, then this is equal to 5 into 2 whole to the power 3. So 5 2s are 10, 10 whole cube, and that is equal to 1000. So if it is like this, 5 cube into 2 cube, you can find out it separately, then also it is 1000. I'll find out separately. 5 cube is what? 125, and 2 cube is 8, that is equal to 1000. And when I will do in this way, then also it is 1000. So this is that how to, what are the properties of the cubes. It means the properties of the cube is that the, if any odd natural number, then its cube will be always odd. If it is even natural number, then its cube will always be a even number. And any negative integer or negative number is there, then what will happen, the cube of that number will be negative. And if any rational number in the form of a by b, where b is not equal to 0, or suppose it is in the form 5 by 6 whole cube, then it means we have to find out the cube of the numerator and as well as the cube of the denominator. Or if it is like this, suppose a cube b cube, then it is equal to ab whole cube, ab whole cube, or 5 cube into 2 cube, that is equal to 5 into 2 whole cube, and it will come 1000. I can do it separately also, then it will be 1000. Okay, now we will do few sums related to cube from the exercise. Okay, so we have to, first sum is that find the cube of, find the cube of, first number is given to you 8. So that is equal to 8 cube, and equal to 8 cube, that is equal to what, 8 into 8 into 8, and that is equal to how much, we have calculated already. So it is how much, 512. It is 512. Next is, next sum is a negative number we are taking. Okay, this is 2 1 2. Any negative number, it is given here in the question, minus 1 5 whole cube. So that is equal to what, minus 1 5 into minus 15 again into minus 15. So calculate it and let me know the value of, it will be 3375. But since the negative integer, so it will be here minus. The cube of a negative integer will be negative, I said to you. Okay, why it is? I'll tell you actually why it is. Suppose this is this. So I can write in this way also. Minus 1, I have taken minus 1 whole cube, and then it is 15 whole cube. And that minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 is minus, and 15, then it will be, you can do in this way also, no problem. The same sum you can write in this way also. Then sum number, next sum I'll take of any fraction. So third one, it is 5 divided by 6. So whole cube of 5 divided by 6, that is 5 by 6 into 5 by 6 into 5 divided by 6, that is equal to 125, and this is 216. Okay, then next example I'm taking from a decimal. 4, I'm taking any decimal, that is suppose it is 0.03 whole cube. So that is equal to what? That is equal to what? 0.03 into 0.03 into 0.03, and that is equal to 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, but the decimal will be 2 4 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So decimal will be here. After the 6 digits, I will give the decimal, because here 2 4 and 2 6. So total after 6 digits, I'll give the decimal. Next sum, suppose I'm doing fourth third part. This is the first one and fourth part 3, which is what? Minus 0.008 whole cube. So that is equal to what? Minus 0.008 into minus 0.008 again minus 0.008 3 times. So that is equal to 8 into 8 into 8 is 512. First I will write this one. Then second I will count the decimals 3, 36 and 39. It means after the 9 digits I will write the decimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and then 9. The decimal will be here. Okay. But I'll write here 0. Then this is minus, so minus, so answer will be your minus. So this is your answer. Okay. So this is how to find out the cube of any given number. We have calculated few sums from exercise also. Next is that, next topic is, we will discuss that whether a given number is a perfect cube or not. So what is a perfect cube? Suppose 2 cube, that is 8. So 8 is the perfect cube of 2. Again, if I write this, suppose 512, this 512. So I know 512 is equal to 8 cube. So it is equal to 8 cube. It means this is a perfect cube. Or if I think about any other number, suppose this number, any other number already we have solved, this 64, that is equal to 4 into 4 into 4. So 4 cube. So 64 is also a perfect cube. But if I say to you 9, 9 is not a perfect cube, because when I will multiply 3 2 times, then I will twice, then I will get 9. So 9 is not a perfect cube. But 27 is a perfect cube. Why? Because when I multiply 3 thrice, then I am getting what? 27. Or I say to you, suppose 81. 81 is also not a perfect cube. Why? Because 81, it is equal to 9 into 9. So when I multiplied 9 twice, then I am getting 81. But if I will say that 81 into 9 is equal to what? 7 to 9. Okay, 729. So 729 is the perfect cube. Why? Because when I multiply 9 into 9 into 9, then I am getting that 729. So to check whether a given number is a perfect cube or not, what we will do, we will first find out its prime factorization. Okay, first step to know whether a given number. So this is the test for a number to be a perfect cube. For that, what I have to do first? I have to find out the prime factorization of this one. So 64. So this is divided by 2, 32, then 2, it is 16, then 2, 8, then 2, 4 ja, and 2, 2 ja. So 64 is equal to, what happens? First I will do prime factorization, then I will write it 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, because these are 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I will take the triplets. This is one triplet, this is another triplet. So all the prime factors are in the triplet form here. So it means 64 is a cube root of, 64 is a perfect cube of what? 64 is a perfect cube of 2 into 2, because 2 cube into 2 cube, and that is equal to 2 2s are 4, 4 cube. So this is the perfect cube for 4. So 64 is a perfect cube. Now next, let us check 128 whether it is a perfect cube or not. So again same method, first do prime factorization. 2, 6 are 12, 4, then 2, 3 are 6, 2, again 2, 16, 2, 8, 2, 4, and then 2 twos are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 7 times. So this is what? This is the one triplet, this is another triplet, and this is the extra one. So it means 128 is not a perfect cube. 128 is not a perfect cube. Next check 900. So what I will do? I'll do same method 900. I will prime factorize it by the prime factorization method. So 2, 2 4 ja 8, 1 left over 5, then again 2, 2 2s are 4, then it will be divisible by 5, 5, then 5 here, 5 9 ja 45, and 3 3s are. So what do you observe here? The prime factorization of 900 is 100 is 2 into 2 into 5 into 5 into 3 into 3, but not a single number is in the triplet form. Okay, here all are not in the triplet form, so this is not a perfect square. Not in the triplet form here, so not a single number is in the triplet form, so obviously it is not a perfect square. And here you can see here 2, that 2 is, this is one triplet, this is another triplet, but this is not the triplet one, so this is also not a perfect cube. This 128, 900 is also not a perfect cube. Now next, check this one 1728, whether this is a perfect cube or not. Same 1728 prime factorization. 2 8 ja 16, 2 6 ja 12, 2 4 ja 2 4, 3 2, again 2 2, whether I'm right. 2 8 ja 16, 2 6 ja 12, 2 4 ja 8, 2 4 ja 8, 2 3 ja 2 2 ja 4, 2 2 ja 4. Yeah, I have done here some mistake. 2 1 and 2 6, yeah, then 2 1 0, and it is 8, again 2. So 2 5s are 10, 2 4s are, then 2 2 2s are 4, 2 7s are, 3 9s are, and 3 3s are. So can you see here this one triplet, another triplet, and this is the another one triplet. So this is a perfect cube. 1728 is a perfect cube. Perfect cube of what? 1728 is equal to 2, 2 to the power 3 into 2, 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 3. We can write in terms of power also. When power 3, then what will happen? It means it is a triplet. So this is a perfect cube. So 1728 is a perfect cube. And if a number, so all the examples of your book, question number 6, sorry, question number 5 is related to that whether the given numbers are a perfect cube or not. So you can solve it out 5, that whether the given numbers are perfect cube or not. What you will do? You will first do the prime factorization, then you will take the group of the triplet. If all the prime factors are in the triplets form, then what will happen? The given number is a perfect cube. But if they are not in the triplet form, then what will happen? You are not getting the triplet of any prime factor of that particular number, then what will happen? That will not be a perfect cube. So we have done about till here. Next is that next sums related to that suppose a number is given to you that is not a perfect cube. You know that this is not a perfect cube, or ask you to find out whether it is a perfect cube. And if not, then by which number you will multiply or divide so that that will become a perfect cube. For example, I'm telling you that a very simple example I'm giving to you, that suppose I'm writing a number is suppose your 36. Okay, 36 is a number. It is not a perfect cube because I know 6 6 are 36. It is a square of 6. It is not the perfect cube. Okay. Also, we can verify it. It is not a perfect cube by prime factorization method. 2, 18, 2, 9 ja, and 3, 3 ja. Okay. So this is not a perfect cube. Now, suppose I ask you by which number this be multiplied so that the product will be a perfect cube. So what I will do, I know here shortage of 1 2 is there to make the triplet of the 2, and shortage of 1 3 is there to make the triplet of the 3. So 36 is actually equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. It means there is a shortage of 1 2 and 1 3. So if here instead of this, this is there 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3, then whatever the product I will get, that will be a perfect cube. Okay, so it means the number, this 2 and 3, if I will multiply this 36 by this 6, then what will happen? This will become a perfect cube. Let's see, 36 multiplied by 6, then I will get it this. And I know that 216 is equal to 6 into 6 into 6. So now this 216 is a perfect cube. Any other example we are taking? Very easy. Suppose this is 25. Okay, 25. When I will factorize this 25, factorize it, 5 5s are 25. So 5 into 5. So this is also not the triplet of the 5. It is just 25 is equal to 5 into 5. So to make the triplet, what I have to do? 5 into 5 into 5. Then what will happen? The possibility is that, the number, whatever the number is formed, that will become a perfect cube. And I know that 5 into 5 into 5 is 125. Okay. So 125 is a perfect cube. It means this 25, if I multiply it by 5, then whatever the product is formed, it is a perfect cube. So if I have to find out whether a given number is a perfect cube or not, then I can find out with the help of prime factorization method. Now, if it is not a perfect cube, then by multiplying that number by a particular number, whatever the product is formed, that will be a perfect cube. So how I will get it? This is there. I'll try to make the triplet. Whatever the triplets are left, I'll multiply that particular number by those. Then that whatever is the product, that will be a perfect cube. Okay. Next is that suppose a number given to you, but now not asking you, it is multiplied by which number it must be divided, so that whatever the quotient is there, that will be a perfect cube. I'm taking the same example, that not the same example. Suppose I'm taking your example 625. Okay, 625, a number is there. This is not a perfect cube. I know this is not a perfect cube. Why it is not a perfect cube? Let's check. 625, this and this. Then what will happen? I write here. Sorry, we have to do prime factorization. So this is divisible by 5. So 5 1 are 5. 125. Again 5. Again I will take 5. Then 5. So the prime factors for 625 is equal to 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. So this is what? This is the triplet, but this one 5 is extra. Okay. So what I will do, if this 625 is divided by 5, then whatever I will get, that is 125, that is equal to 5 into 5 into 5. So this 125 is a perfect cube. It means if this number is divided by 5, then whatever I will get, that will be a perfect cube. So to find out whether a given number is a perfect cube or it is not a perfect cube, we can use the prime factorization method, where we will see that the triplets are there or not. If it is not there, it means it is not a perfect cube. And now to convert that to the perfect cube, either we have to multiply the number, then whatever the product I will get, that will be a perfect cube, or I will divide the given number by a number, then whatever the quotient is there, that will be a perfect cube. But how we will know that by which number it must be multiplied or by which number it should be divided, so that the product form or the quotient form will be a perfect cube. For that, I said to you, if I have to find out by which the number multiplied, then I will try to make the triplets. Where the triplets are not there, what I will do, whatever the leftover is there, here 2 is 1 2 is left, and here 1 3 is not there. So 3 2s are 6. So the given number is multiplied by 6. Then whatever the number is formed, that will be a perfect cube. And if suppose it is like that, the number by which I have to divide so that it will be a perfect cube, what I will do, again I will find out the prime factorization. Whatever is extra in triplet, I'll divide the number by that, then whatever the quotient is there, that will be a perfect cube. Okay, I think it is clear. Now we will do few sums from the exercise given in your book. Sum number, it is yeah, 8. Example number, sum number 8, example number 1. 8 subpart 1. It asked you what is the smallest number by which the following number must be multiplied so that the product is a perfect cube. The number given to you is 1 1 2 5. Okay, so what I will do, 1 1 2 5. 5 2s are 10, then 1 is there, 5 2s are 10, 5 5s are 25. The next 5 4s are 20, 5 5s are, then again 5 9, and then 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9. So what happens here, 1 1 2 5 is equal to 3 into 3 into 5 into 5 into 5. So triplet of 5 is there, but triplet of 2 3 is not there. It means 1 1 2 5 multiplied by 3, because 1 3 is missing here. 2 3s are there, but third 3 is not there. So I will multiply with this 3. Then what will happen, I'll get the number that is 3 5s are 15, 7, 3 and 3. So this is the product which is a perfect cube. So my answer will be given number is given number must be multiplied by 3 so that it will be so that so that the product will be a perfect cube. So that product will be a perfect cube. Now next I am doing one example from 9, where it is asked you by which number it must be it must be divided so that the quotient will be a perfect cube, and the number given to you is 3584. 3584. So what to do? I'll take the number, find out its prime factorization. 4 is here, so it will be 2, 1, 2 7 ja 14 and 1, 2 9 ja 18, 2. Then again 2, 2 2 4, then 2, 1 1 2, 2 5 are 10, 6 2 8, 2 14, 2 7 ja. So that is equal to 3584 is equal to 2. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is 9 times. So it is 9 times. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 9 times into 7. So triplet of this, triplet is here, here is 7. Okay. So it means here 7 is only one time, not 3 times. So it means the number 3584 when divided by 7, then whatever is left, 7 5s are 1 and 2, 512. That will be a perfect cube. 512 will be a perfect cube. So your answer will be given number divided by 7, then the quotient will be a perfect cube. Okay, you can verify also whether 512 is the perfect cube or not. 512 is the perfect cube of 8. We know 512 is the perfect cube of 8. And in the same way, we can verify 3375 is the perfect cube of any number or not. It is a perfect cube of 15. 3375 is the perfect cube of 15. Even you can verify your answer also. So this is all about that whether a given number is a perfect cube or not. If it is not, then how we can convert it into the perfect cube, either by multiplying a number or by dividing a number. So this is all about today's class.